Do you think that Donald Trump has faded from where he was in 2020?
There's no question Trump has lost a step or multiple steps. He is confusing Joe Biden for Obama. I know he's now saying he intentionally did that. Go back and look at the clips. It wasn't intentional. It was look, any of us could have a slip of the tongue, but it's happening to him repeatedly. The reference about how somebody's going to get us into World War II, confusing countries, confusing cities where he is. And it's happening more and more. But are we really going to pretend that Donald Trump is just as vibrant and mentally sharp as he was in 2016? Okay.
I think some right-wingers will if they believe that it's into their political or monetary advantage, unfortunately. But that is Megyn Kelly talking with Glenn Beck. And I have never agreed with her more or at all. That's the first time I've ever agreed with her, and it's the most that I've ever agreed with her. But, Trump does say that the better explanation is sarcasm, that he's making a point with all of these slip-ups. And I want to demonstrate that. We actually have a recent example. Let's go to that.
She sued ExxonMobil in 2019. Letitia James, in a much-watched legal battle. The end result was that Exxon moved out of New York. How do you think that's a good idea? ExxonMobil, one of the biggest companies in the world, left New York and they went to Dallas. Great job, Letitia. And that's what's happening right now. Businesses are fleeing our country and they're going to other places, but they're fleeing New York State and no businesses are coming back. Nobody wants to come back into New York State, but they're actually fleeing to other countries.
Yeah, so we looked it up. I'm not a geographer, but we looked it up. And Dallas, as of right now at least, still in the United States. Here's a map to prove it. So look, I get that he's just bopping back and forth between the different points that he wants to make. So he wants to say blue state bad, red state good. You leave blue state, go red state. But also they leave our country, and it just gets all jumbled up like his brain is on a spin cycle or something. But when you mix them up like that, it doesn't make any sense, the point that you're making. And wouldn't you be making the point that it's better, that they should be going to Texas, that Texas is low taxes or whatever? It's just, he doesn't know how to express the thoughts that he has anymore.
But has he ever? Does he ever? I mean, he's never really been coherent. Are more common
now.
For sure, but it's like, it'll do. You know what I mean? Like that's good enough, right? For his base. His base is not fact checking him. His base doesn't care that he's saying something, whatever, like that doesn't make sense, that's incoherent, that isn't logical. No one is following him to a logical conclusion. It's pure emotion of corporations and businesses are leaving the United States, and or blue states, and or it doesn't matter. I think he still got it, and you don't have. It is just, again, strongman neo-fascism that is nonsensical, and he's got a vision. I mean, I think that it's really important to still understand the threat that he's posing, even as incoherent as he is.
I want to ask you a question.
No.
So I'm going to. It's my show. You're gonna have to log off to stop me. So why, we've had all of these Republicans who try to do a version of Trump. Why hasn't any of them been able to do it better than him? Like the formula seems, well, hold up. The formula seems pretty easy.
Yeah.
And he has like moldy tapioca for brains. So why has none of them been able to do a better version than Donald Trump of being this proto-fascist wannabe dictator?
Well, first of all, it's knockoff versus the real thing, even if the real thing is like on its last leg. But also, they don't believe themselves. Trump, absolutely, he is a sociopathic narcissist. He believes everything that comes out of his mouth. You think DeSantis believes anything he says? Hell no. You think Ted Cruz, you think, any of these people, Mike Johnson, Marjorie Greene even, Marjorie Greene is basically a socialist. She's just parroting. She watches this show, come on now. Like, nobody believes what they're saying. Hi, girl, what's up? Join the revolution. Like, she does not, nobody believes what they're saying. They're all angling. They're all doing this. It's all a calculation. He just is. He just says it, right? And that authenticity is very real. I mean, it's what people said they saw in Bernie Sanders as well. Bernie Sanders obviously didn't give you know what. He's just like, I'm running for president because the rich have way too much. And everyone's like, yes. So again, the outsider status, and I think we have yet to see an outsider in the same way. I mean, maybe it's Marjorie Greene, but again, like, I don't know. That's my opinion.
There's so many grifters on the right, and they all like claim this brand, this ideology, and they're all, from an outsider's point of view, such bad examples of it. And it still sells. I guess the standards don't exist, but I just don't understand why, like, there's not one actual relatively intelligent, maybe in the like okay physical shape wannabe fascist to do the alpha thing that they all say they worship, but none of them can remotely live up to. It's weird to me.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.